No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
And here we go again. This is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor. I tell you, when you're getting old like this, it's harder to get up in the morning. 2 mornings in a row I have overslept. And I don't know why. I'm not working all that hard. Well, I am. But not as hard as I used to work, where I used to get up at 6 a.m. and I'd be in the office by 7 and not leave until 11 o'clock at night. Now, I'm still getting up at 6 a.m., walk the dog, go to work, and then about 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm done. I need a nap. When you get older, things change tremendously. My goodness gracious. But listen, I'm kind of upset this morning, and let me tell you why. I read this morning in my news review when I get up that Biden is sending another $2 billion worth of equipment to Ukraine. And so my question is, how long are we going to be the bank and rolling over our cash and also our equipment to Ukraine? We are literally depleting all of our equipment here in the United States. And now they want tanks, so we're sending them tanks, sending them missiles. I'm beginning to wonder how safe, how secure is our military at the moment. We have to ask that because we have sent so much to Ukraine, which is such a risky war. It's such a reckless war. Listen, as long as they're fighting Putin and Putin is alive, that war is going to last and last and last. It's not going to end. Putin has enough resources. He's already, before he even started this war, he made sure that all of his finances, all of his money was in a row. He had the backing of China. China had done all of the financial arrangements so that people could still use their credit cards in Russia through the Chinese system. All of these sanctions that we have put in place has not stopped this war, has not put any pressure on Putin, hasn't done anything. It's because Putin was one step ahead of us at all times when he went to China and made arrangements so that the cash would still flow. The oil money was still going. Might be less, yes, it might be less, but it's still funding his war. He has enough cash. And it doesn't matter if he has the people on his side because he has already brainwashed the Russians that he is doing the right thing. And let me tell you, in the Russian eyes, he's pretty good. They see him as pretty good. They don't believe what the West is telling them. So propaganda-wise, we have lost because we're so bad at it. Financially, we have lost because we just give money away like we're idiots. We have done over $50 billion to put into this war. I think it's even more now. I think it's even higher than that. I don't know. No one's counting anymore. No one knows because we're not sure exactly what has been sent over there. No one's really forthcoming from the White House on this. And the other issue is you've got these senators sitting there and standing there in the Senate chambers telling how great this war is. No war is great. I don't care what country is winning. War is never good. We just got out of the Afghanistan war. Before that, it was Iraq. And before that, it was many, many years and years and years in Vietnam. We have been through so many wars that we have had to walk away from. We just walked away from Afghanistan where we left billions of dollars of equipment there. War machines. We keep throwing this money away in the name of democracy, but I have to remind everybody, we are not a democracy. We are not. Democracies usually turn up to be dictatorships. We are a republic where we have a constitution, and that constitution is what is the guiding light of this nation. Until politicians try to play with it and destroy it. But this war is going to go on and on and on. Have you heard of any peace talks? I haven't. Has the United Nations gotten involved in it? Nah, they're just sitting over there worried about COVID. We have a problem here, and that is that Americans are not standing up to these politicians and saying, no more money, no more wars, no more military equipment being sent to Ukraine. It's got to stop. We have a debt crisis here in the United States. And every time we spend money, every time that we send money, we have to take out another bloody loan to pay for all this stuff. That's not even our war, not even our country, not even our border. But yet we keep paying for it. One of the rascals that we have to be very cautious of is Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham has been pushing this war for so long. When John McCain was alive, both of them went over to Ukraine. And there's even a video that tells them that, hey, if you're going to get into this, we will support you. We will provide the weaponry that you need. We will provide the funding that you need. They're standing there in front of all these military people, and they're getting applause because they're funding this war that was planned a long time ago. How long has John McCain been dead now? A long time now. Many years. This war is not our war. This is not what we should be spending our money on. We have forgotten that Americans come first and that we have a lot of needs here. We have a debt ceiling that is out of control. We've got spending that is out of control. We've got senators and Congress people voting to spend more money every single day. And where do we stand? In debt. You and I are in debt. This nation wants more and more of our tax money, more and more of our personal finances for our family, so that they can fund wars, that they can fund all these things that have nothing to do with America. Now you guys are going to make an argument. Yes, this has to do with America. We've got to stop Putin. No. This isn't our border. This isn't our country. Ukraine is not our country. Ukraine has been one of those countries where a lot of corrupt things happened, where our politicians were getting paid under the table. It's probably going on even to this day. Where deals were made behind our backs, where a vice president was threatening to pull funding if they didn't fire someone as an attorney. I mean, it goes on and on. This country has never been, in our relationship with them, a ethical country. And we keep throwing money at them. We keep sending them more money. And yet we see no results. And people keep saying, well, this war is going to end. This is the Ukrainians are going to win this war. I hate to tell you this. I hate to tell you this. Being alive to see the Vietnamese war, I can't even say it. Sorry, guys. The Vietnamese war. Watched it for years and years when I was a little kid. Seeing my cousin going off to war, taking him to the airport and dropping him off to go to Vietnam, not knowing if he was going to come back. And then we walked away from that war. When we spent billions of dollars into that country, and we had a lot of Americans die, we didn't have any results from it. What result do we have from it to this day? Nothing. And then we went into Iraq, and we were there for how many years? And to this day, they still have civil unrest. We pulled out. We left them dry and high. High and dry, I guess is what it's called. And that government is failing. That government has more and more issues every day, and they have closer ties to Iraq than ever before. So we lost our dominance in that part of the world. We lost it. We walked away. Every one of these wars we have walked away. Afghanistan, what happened there? We left innocent people. People that should have been coming to America, we left them there. We had people falling off of airplanes. We had military equipment just left for the enemy to take, and Taliban came in and took it all. And we are still sending money to the Taliban. If you don't realize that, we are still sending money to the Taliban. And now we are in this Ukraine war where we're going to be in this for a long time. We've already been there for a year. 1 year. 1 year we've already been in war and funding this thing, and we have spent over $50 billion. That $50 billion could have gone to homeless shelters. It could have gone to providing education and trade schools for people. It could have done a whole bunch of things, that $50 billion. But instead we decided, through our politicians, to send more and throw more and more money, waste more and more money at a reckless war that has nothing to do with America. So I think we should defend it. You should be on the phone and emails and everything else and tell your members of Congress, listen, we love the Ukrainian people a lot, but we can't fund this. We can't afford it. Our debt ceiling is so high that we're out of control. Look at all the wars that we have participated in. Not one of them has benefited America. And this Ukrainian war will not benefit America in one bit. The most important part of the president's job is to keep peace. And now we are at the edge, just at the edge of the cliff to jump into a war with Russia. We are not thinking right. We are not thinking logically. Instead, we are throwing more and more money to a reckless war that will engulf a lot of countries and destroy a lot of people. Not to mention the debt of our nation gets higher and higher. Every time money goes over there, we have to borrow. We have to take it from somewhere. This has got to end. War is never profitable except for those who deal in war. Then it becomes very profitable to them. It also becomes very power-giving to politicians because they think that this is giving them power, but really what it's doing is destroying a nation. As long as Russia is involved, as long as Vladimir Putin is sitting there in his office and pushing the buttons and giving the commands, this war will last and last and last. So I'm asking today, where are the peacekeepers? Where are the individuals who go and negotiate and mediate? Where are those people? I don't see any from the United States. I see nothing from British. I see nothing from other countries. I see nothing. Instead, we're all trying to pump more and more military goods and money into Ukraine. And it's not getting us any closer to peace. Not one bit. This war will last and last and last. Listen, this is Mike Lodge. I'll talk with you soon. If you have any questions, just send it to thebusinessadvisor@gmail.com or go to my website, www.lodge.co.com. I'll talk with you soon. Defund this war. Bye-bye.